Biggest issue here is the trackpad. It doesn't work properly. You can watch videos at full HD 1080p. I'm at the lowest settings here basically and the lowest resolution. Anything higher, even full screen, I only get stuck capped at like 15 frames per second. So 15 FPS is definitely not playable.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I've got the Vocbook 15 Pro. This is a newer one compared to the 2022 model that they had, or at least it should be, because what I'm questioning is that I see the specs back here, and they're pretty much identical to the Vocbook 15. Looks like it has the same size in terms of dimensions, the same screen, full HD, 1080p IPS display. What is different here is that we do have a faster processor, CPU at least. The previous one was N5100, I believe. So N5105, and then this is clocked at 2.0 gigahertz. That one was at I think 1.1 gigahertz. So it was much slower. And so I'm expecting this to run a little bit better. Here's everything else it comes with. And this is the AC adapter specs. Okay, so here is the laptop itself. It's not too thick or heavy. You got all your ports on one side. Looks like the speaker grill is on the bottom here, the first speaker grill, and then another one's back here, along with the SATA expansion slot. And then on the other side, you got some more ports here, including a 3.5mm headphone jack. Again, identical to what we had in 2022. So, and then there's also this kind of long rubber tack to help prevent it from sliding on a curved surface, along with these two ones here as well. Yeah, we do have a screen protector on here. Not to get it confused, this is not a touch screen by any means. The screen itself looks decent. I'm inside right now, it's daytime, and I could still view the screen. For some reason, on video, it looks worse than it does in person. In person, the screen is still a little bit more brighter. This has relatively thin bezels on the side, with the top being a little thicker. And then there is that webcam that's on top. The camera quality is just about the same as last year or 2 years ago. It's kind of shaky, it's not smooth. It's just enough for a video call. Let's see how long it takes to take a picture. It doesn't take too long. And let's see, the post-processing does a decent job. I'm not trying to print this out. And by the way, the screen is about the same. It's still nice, it's decent. It's 1920 by 1080, can't go wrong. I believe it's 300 nits, so the brightness isn't anything too crazy. It's just about average.
Right now, this looks pretty nice.
The speakers are okay. They're kind of tinny and they don't get too loud. They're underneath the laptop here. The more important thing is that this trackpad is responsive. I haven't noticed any issues whatsoever as I've been using this compared to the previous model, which did have problems with this, and I did mention that that would be a deal breaker. The simple fix is to get a keyboard and mouse and hook that up, but if you don't have that ability, because if you're like sitting down, if this is on your lap and you can't really use a mouse, then yeah, this is going to stink to use. But yeah, no problems this time around, so I'm really glad that they fixed this. Also, the keyboard is pretty nice. There's some decent feedback there. I'm not noticing any delays this time around. I can't remember if there were last time. Performance on this itself is actually a decent improvement. I'm not sure if it's because it's clocked at a higher rate and it is a slightly faster processor CPU, but it does make a bigger difference in gaming. Because I did check out a few games here, and some of them ran really well, others not so much. Not to say that this can handle all games, but I really checked out the lower end games on Steam. And here were the graphics settings I had to this one. I set it to the lowest one, and it worked just fine. I have this up really close so that you can see the FPS counter on the top left here. Almost feels like there's like hiccups here and there, but oh no, maybe that's just me. Yeah, it's doing a great job so far. Next game here is a pretty old one. It's Half-Life. And by the way, I can use my Xbox controller on here without any problems. It's just plug and play, and you're ready to go. And yeah, no problems whatsoever with this. Looks like it's dropping a little more right now. Yeah, I think the lowest I've seen is like 37. But it's still playable. Next game is Dark Souls 1, and here are the settings. I could go a little lower or higher, but I think I'm going to try 1280 by 720. See how this goes. Just in the settings, we're seeing a frame rate drop to like 15 or 20. But let's see how the actual game is. And the game is at 15 FPS. That is pretty low. Yeah, this is definitely not playable. Maybe if I lower the graphics settings, it might be. even lowering the graphics settings, it's still pretty laggy. I mean, the resolution, it still lags quite a bit. It's not smooth at all. So this is not playable. I guess Dark Souls is the limit here, and that is pretty unfortunate to see. Finally had to check out Roblox here, and it seems like it's playable. It does lag here and there. Did see some frame rate drops when there was like, I don't know, some meteor strike or whatever. Don't even know what that attack was. It was just insane. But yeah, either way, nonetheless, this is an improvement from what it was before. Right now, at the time of this video, this one is going for $330, while the original one is going for $310. So between the two, this is definitely a better option. In terms of basic tasks, you won't have any problems doing those. Browsing the web, watching videos here and there, checking your emails and stuff like that. And then, like we showed before, you can do some gaming on here, some very light gaming, low end. But if you want something with better performance and maybe for video editing that doesn't break the bank, I've got the Ace Magic laptop right here that I'll be checking out. So stay tuned for this video as it's coming soon. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.